Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm so excited to do. It's gonna be a big one and it's gonna be a fun one, but I'm gonna be sharing my entire Charlotte Tilbury collection. I'm going to be going through each item that I have, giving a little review on them and talking about if it's a favorite product from the brand, not so much a favorite product from the brand, so kind of a best and worst of Charlotte Tilbury here. I'm also really excited because this video is a collaboration with my friend Stephanie Marie. I recently did a collaboration with her it was actually a group collab, and we all picked out our top product from 5 popular brands. And Stephanie and I had been talking prior to that collab of wanting to do something together. We collaborated last year or 2 years ago. It's been a while since just me and her did a collab, and so we have been thinking and chatting and talking about what we could do, and we both love Charlotte Tilbury. When we did our picking favorites collaboration with the group, we each did choose out Charlotte's products and mentioned our top favorite from there. So I will definitely have Stephanie's channel linked down below. I highly recommend you go check her out, and she's just one of my great friends here on this space. I talk to her nearly every single day. So I just think that she is so fantastic, and I cannot wait to see her entire collection. I know she has a bigger one than me, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna have my notepad ready to go, and I'm just gonna be thrilled to hear what she has to say. I know that I've also seen other creators do these kind of focused Charlotte Tilbury videos, so I'm gonna leave some other ones linked down below. I know there was a group collab with the Tilbury Truths. I have seen Risa Does Makeup do this video also, so I'm gonna link a bunch of different channels down below. Please make sure to also check out Stephanie's channel, let her know that I sent you, and thank you so much, girl, for collaborating with me on this. Ooh, ooh. All right, we have a lot to talk about today though, so let's get started. I thought it would be fun to maybe start with some of my favorite products, which are the lips, and then kind of like move backwards through the face. Does that sound like fun? I hope it does. I did want to say that I did film this look for my Instagram, which is March Beauty Words. So if you're not following me over there, I post a lot of videos on my makeup looks. I am also wearing a lot of Charlotte Tilbury on my face today, of course. So when Stephanie and I did the group collab and we did our picking favorites, I really wanted to include Charlotte Tilbury since it's a favorite brand of mine. And I chose out the lip liners as my top product. I love Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. I think that they are so worth it. They're $22, which is expensive. I think $22 is expensive for a lipstick, but a lip liner, I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is gonna be the smartest makeup purchase I've ever made. And I have been so impressed with these. The shade that I bought was Iconic Nude. This is the shade that I actually do have on my lips today. And I did a bunch of swatches on my hand here so I could show you, but the first swatch is Iconic Nude. The next swatch is Pillow Talk, and the next swatch is a Pillow Talk 2 or Pillow Talk Medium. I did just mention that Pillow Talk Medium lip liner in, I don't think it was last month's, but the month prior, Makeup Monthly. I love Pillow Talk Medium with my collaboration that I did with Ofra Cosmetics, the Millie Gloss. I love those two paired together. I always forget to say in collaboration videos like, hi, and if you're coming from Stephanie's channel, hello. I always forget to like introduce myself in collaborations, but I am Samantha March. I post videos on YouTube about 4 to 5 times a week. I love just to talk about makeup, review makeup. I love doing tags, and I just have a lot of fun here. So if you are not yet subscribed, I would love if you did. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It always does help with engagement too, and just double check to make sure you're subscribed. I know there's a lot of unsubscribe issues happening with myself and other creators right now of people being unsubscribed when they are not actually unsubscribing, and I know it's really frustrating to a lot of people, so double check that too. But like I was saying, the lip liners, they are so long wearing. They're creamy without moving around too much. They're not like dry though, and you don't have to like scratch them across your lips, and they stay and they stay and they stay. It is going to be so hard for me to get these lip liner swatches off my hand because they are so long wearing. I like the lip liners because obviously I can use it to line my lips, but I can also fill them in. The Iconic Nude shade is still, again, it's just going to be my #1 because I love nudes, but obviously like look at the theme on my hands here. I do love the Iconic Nude. Pillow Talk is going to be a little bit more pink, and then Pillow Talk 2 is just a little bit deeper of a shade. But if you are looking for a great product from Charlotte Tilbury and you wear lip liners, I would highly suggest these. All right, moving on, I do want to talk about the lipsticks. Now, what is really interesting to me is that when I was first trying out the brand, I would hear a ton of people talk about the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and I was like, okay, they're $34. That is that's very expensive for a lipstick, okay? But so many people are raving about them, so I thought I'm gonna do it. It was several years ago, but it was during a Sephora sale. I bought the shade Kim KW, or Kim KW, might have been, and I hated it. I hated the lipstick, I hated the color, I didn't like how the formula looked on me, and I was like, well, everyone's lying about that brand, not trying them again. Seriously, that was my first experience with Charlotte Tilbury, and I was ready to write the brand off. I was like, everyone's lying on the internet, can't trust anybody. First of all, I will say that the color was not great for me. Kim KW is a very, very pale, like a very, very pale pink, and I obviously love pink, but a very pale pink lipstick on me doesn't look great. It makes me look very washed out. It's just not a good color for me, especially back when I first tried it. I wasn't using lip liners. I didn't really know how to be able to manipulate colors, or maybe to just pop a lighter color in the middle of my lips. I didn't know any of that. I just truly threw the lipstick on my lips and was like, ah! Also, I have realized that I don't love the kissing formula as much as I love the Matte Revolution formula from Charlotte Tilbury. The Matte Revolution is my favorite. It's one of my favorite lipstick formulas in general. They're comfortable, they're creamy, but they look matte, which I do prefer. They're long wearing, once again, they don't move around. Not that they don't transfer, because they're not liquid lipsticks, they don't like dry down, but they don't like start to like move all over your face and all of a sudden you have lipstick on your cheek and you're like, how did this happen? First shade is Very Victoria, and again, it continues to be a favorite of mine. Very Victoria and the Iconic Nude Lip Liner are some of my favorites to pair together. So a few different swatches on my hand here. This first big one is Pillow Talk, then we have Pillow Talk 2, then we have Pillow Talk 3, and then we have Very Victoria, which is the second to last swatch right here. The last swatch is what I have on my lips, and that is JK Magic. So JK Magic was in the Hot Lips 2 collection. Now, I have actually been able to get on Charlotte's PR list. I don't get everything from the brand, but I do get quite a bit from them, which has me over the moon excited, because they're a brand that I will still continue to purchase from if I don't receive something in PR. They're a brand that I started purchasing from before I received any PR, and I just like a lot of their products. But when I was sent the entire Hot Lips 2 collection, I wanted to faint, because I was so excited and so just like grateful and appreciative of this. So I actually do have a full swatch video with everything on my lips, so that it's actually one of the more popular videos on my channel, which has me so excited, because I mean, my lips went through a workout swatching 11, I believe it was 11 different shades of lipsticks, and some of them are pretty deep red. I love the packaging. I was a little bit bummed that most of the lipsticks are in the kissing formula, and especially the lighter pinks and the lighter nudes. Those are almost all in the kissing formula, and then once we get up to the reds, those are the Matte Revolution formula. I kind of wish it would have been switched around, but it's also nice to have a red or a darker color that's a little bit more matte, because again, I don't think they move around as much. But JK Magic, even though it is in the kissing formula, is one of my favorite lipsticks. I've raved about this one so much. I do love the packaging with like the stars and the moon on here. I think that is super beautiful, but I love this color. It is what I have on my lips today, and I still do love this one a lot. So even though it's a formula that I don't prefer the most, I still will go for it because of the color. But the Hot Lips 2, I know a lot of people really like these. Are refillable lipsticks also, so you can buy a refill of a certain lipstick color and then pop it into the lipstick holder if that is something that interests you, or if you go through a lipstick, so that's always an idea too. Finishing off my lip collection, so I do also have a gloss. This is called the Collagen Lip Bath, and I have the Pillow Talk shade. I wasn't really sure what I thought of this when I pulled it out. It's $35, that's really expensive for a lip gloss also, but I actually really like it. So this is the swatch right here on the end of my hand. You can see that it is pretty clear, just like that hint of pink, which is kind of like the theme of the Pillow Talk, a pinky nude, which, don't get me wrong, I love. But I like this gloss because it's not overly glossy, it doesn't look goopy at all, yet it's not a sticky gloss, and it really does stick around too. That's something that I feel like I get really impressed with a lot of these products, and especially the lip products. So I'm also a really big fan of the Collagen Lip Baths. If that sounds like a formula that you would like, I think that you would like this one too. Again, you know, I would just say that they're kind of pricey. Except this one isn't a favorite of mine either. I actually had a few different shades that I had received in PR, and I ended up passing them on to others because the shades didn't work out for me and the formula wasn't a personal favorite of mine. These are called the Superstar Lips, and again, the shade that I have right now is in Pillow Talk. So that is the swatch right there in the middle, which I do really enjoy that color, but it's kind of like that hybrid. It's like kind of like a lip balm, a little bit of like a satiny lipstick, but it's not a full-on traditional lipstick. It's not really a gloss. It's kind of one of those in-betweens, which I don't prefer. I like more of matte lips, or I like really glossy lips. But this one, I don't think it's bad. I believe these are also $34, but I would just say out of my full collection from Charlotte Tilbury, this one isn't a favorite formula of mine. And then same with my last product, and this is the Hollywood Lips. The shade that I have is in Showgirl, which is this darker pink on the end. So this one is going to be more of your liquid lipstick, and it just wasn't a favorite. I think that these are $34 also. This one is a mini. It was a little bit more drying than what I prefer. I think the color is really beautiful, especially going for a darker, like a darker pink. I think that that one's nice, but again, just not my absolute favorite. I much prefer the Matte Revolution, the Collagen Lip Bath, and then the lip liners. So these last two especially are what I would consider like at the bottom of my Charlotte lip collection. All right, next up I want to move over into some Chic products. I thought that I would start with my latest product from Charlotte in my collection. That is the new bronzer. This is the Flawless Airbrush Bronzer. So I did purchase this myself. It's kind of what I was saying earlier. If I am not going to get something in PR, I'm probably just going to go buy it myself. I just really enjoy the brand. And when I saw that a single bronzer was coming out, I was like, oh baby, I'm going to need that one. This guy was $55. That is the most money I have ever spent on a bronzer ever. So there's that. But I featured it in a haul recently, and I said that I was going to have my review up as quickly as I could. So I've been using it pretty much every single day that I was wearing makeup, so I could review it in this video that Stephanie and I have been planning for a while now, since even before we had the bronzers. We were kind of waiting to do this video because we really wanted to have the bronzers that we could mention in the video. But like I said, $55, but this is a large bronzer. You get a big mirror, and then you have your pan of bronzer, and this is also refillable, so you can buy just the bronzer and then be able to pop the new one in here if you do go through it, which if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I've never hit pan on a bronzer. I always put one in my Project Pan videos, and I have yet to ever hit a bronzer in my life, so I don't know if the refillable part is really going to be necessary for me, but you never know. You never know. But I will say the packaging on this is really beautiful, especially for that higher price tag. Like, I'm really hoping that it would be. So I got the shade medium, and I have to say that I think that the shade works really well for me. I was trying my best to blend it out onto my skin here. It is actually a little bit lighter, so I would say if you are a bit lighter than me also, I think that you could still use this one. Medium does work really well for me. I do just build it up a little bit, especially as I'm starting to get some summer tan coming my way, because it's been so beautiful in Iowa, which is very exciting to me. I do build it up a bit. I do have it on my face today, but this, when the word flawless truly does come to my mind when I wear this bronzer. The first time that I wore this, when I went back to edit the video, I kept staring at my face because I was like, wow girl, you're looking real beautiful today. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I was like, did I just contour really well, or what is happening with my face? And I was like, oh my gosh, I was wearing that Charlotte bronzer. Like, okay, that's awesome. It's just something about like how, I don't know if it's just like how fine the powder is or how it does something so beautiful to my face, but I am so impressed with this one. Okay, but now $55 is very expensive, and I've reviewed a lot of Charlotte products on my channel, and some of them, even though I absolutely love, I'm like, you know, that price tag is just a little bit too out there, because even if I'm getting stuff in PR, I always try to keep that price tag in the back of my mind and be like, would I really pay that price for it? Now, like I said, I did buy this myself, and I did also pay full price, but I would recommend trying to get it at a discount, because $55 is really steep for a bronzer, in my opinion. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend it though. I would highly recommend it. I think that it is just beautiful. I think it's so easy to apply. It's so easy to blend out. It just looks like you're very naturally bronzed. And even if you do put it into the contours, at least for me with the shade medium, because you know that can always be a little bit tricky, but I also think that it could make a really natural contour. So for me, I like it because I can use it as kind of like that 2-in-1 product, and it just looks so natural and so effortless when I put it on, and that's what has me so impressed. So yes, I definitely really enjoy this one. I'm sure I'll put it in my next Makeup Monthly, and it'll be in my favorite section because I'm so happy with it. If it was a little bit cheaper, I would be like really shouting through the roof. But you know, if you can find a sale or a coupon or a discount or something like that, I would say to grab this one. I move over to some products that I did not think I would enjoy at all. So I do prefer more powder products when it comes to bronzer, blush, highlighters. I don't really go for liquids. Cream products kind of freak me out. I really do stick with my powders. To me, that's just what I work best with. But I did get the Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter in PR, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna like this, but I'll just go ahead and give it a try. I do have a full face of Charlotte Tilbury also. I will link that one in my description box too. And it is truly one of my favorite looks, one of my favorite get ready with me videos that I've ever done, because so much worked so well from Charlotte's brand. And this was a product that I did not expect to love, but oh my goodness. When it says easy highlighter, it actually really is. So let's all say it together. What kind of applicator is this, Sam Squad? A floof ball applicator. That is correct. Actually twist it and then the product will come out. I will say it is a bit messy, and I don't like to waste any product, especially with these being $34. That is kind of the downfall of it, but I will say, like, once I learned that I have to be really careful with how much product I want to come out, it is so easy to apply. The Pillow Talk highlight is just absolute, like, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's, what? Yep. That's gorgeous. So I am a big fan of these. If you do like cream and liquid highlighters, I would check out these. I know that there's a lot of different shades, but to me, I find them easy to work with, and they're just beautiful and, once again, natural looking. And that's kind of how I feel when I look at Charlotte's makeup photos and models, and who's on the Instagram page is very like flawless, effortless, yet somehow stunningly beautiful. But I also recently decided to pick up the Hollywood Contour Wand. Now this is the Easy Contour. The only reason that I decided to grab this was because of how much I loved that Pillow Talk highlight, and I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and see if I like this too. Oh yeah. Really enjoyed this one too. Now this one also has the floof ball applicator. I did a much better job of not having too much product come out, so I'm very glad about that. So let me just see if I can get a little bit onto my hand here without going overboard. So there is the contour shade. This is for fair medium, and it is beautiful. And once again, so natural looking. It like blows my mind. It is just, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's so easy to work with. And I put it on, I don't have to worry, even if I feel like I've gone overboard and I'm like, oh my gosh, you did not need that much product. It blends out so well. It looks so good. I can do my nose with this, my forehead, my jawline, obviously my cheekbones, and it blends out so well. I highly recommend these. Definitely, even if cream and liquid kind of freaks you out, like, I still would recommend these. I don't even know what else to say, okay? But next up is a product that I had on my wish list for years, and I'm not kidding when I say years. This was on my wish list to get, but it was a $40 blush, and I was like, ah! It was like a Home Alone moment. Ah! I just wanted to do it so badly, and I wanted to do it so badly, but I couldn't, and then I got these in PR, and I was like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Like, it felt like she had sent them to me directly because she knew how badly I wanted these, even though the same PR package went out to everybody and we all got them, but I still felt like it was aimed at me. So these are the Cheek to Chic blushes. Like I said, they're $40. That's expensive, okay? That's expensive for a blush, but these are real nice. Okay, so the shade that I'm wearing today is Pillow Talk. So these are also called the nipple blushes, which is kind of weird, but you know, there's that. So you have a darker product on the outer part, and then the center you have a little bit more of like a satiny blush for a pop. I kind of just mix everything together when I go into these. I do also have the shade Intense. This one is going to be better for the darker skin tones, but honestly, I really like this one too. If I just use a light hand, it looks really beautiful also. So these are the two that I have in my collection. And I'm so impressed with these. Once again, the words I'm going to use are like natural, effortless, like really easy to blend out, and they're so beautiful. I will say though, I really do think that $40 is expensive. Once again, I'd be like, if you can get them on sale, I think that that would be just absolutely fantastic. But these are truly so beautiful. Next up, for a favorite cheek product before I move into one that didn't really work out for me, this one. This was another one that was on my wish list, and I was like, I'm probably never going to buy it, but for some reason I really want it, so here we are. But I also got this one sent to me, and I was beyond thrilled because this one is a $68 product. This is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow. Now this is limited edition packaging, so I will link it. I don't think that this is available anymore. I will link all of these products, of course, in my description box. On the inside you have a mirror, and then you have a contour side and a highlight side. The reason, minus the price tag, that obviously was the biggest thing holding me back, but when I was thinking about this, I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to love these for my personal preferences. I like more of a blinding highlight. I have on my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics today, which is the Star Inspired Highlight. Obviously this is my favorite highlighter since it is what I put out with a brand, and I love something that's just going to be like super blinding, but also, you know, there are those days where I'm like, hey, you know, maybe not the most intense highlight is needed for today, and that's when I really like to come into this shade. It's still really nice, and you can build it up and it will give you a fierce glow if you want to, but you can also do something a little bit more subtle at the same time, and I like to have that option, because I mean, I'm just gonna say it, like, Start Inspired, you don't really have that option. You don't really have that option. I just wasn't sure if it would be worth it. And then the other side, we do have a contour powder. And I was just like, you know, I don't know. Is it worth it to spend the $68 on? So when I got this one, you betcha that it was within like 5 seconds of receiving it that I was like, get this on my face right now. And I enjoy it so much. I reach for it way more than I thought I was going to. Honestly, way more than I thought that I was going to. So you have the highlight right here, which I did build up, and you can see like it will, like, you can build it up, and it's not going to look too powdery. It's not going to look overdone. It's going to be what? Natural and effortless. A+. We have the contour side, which is once again natural and effortless, and it just blends out so well. I go into this duo, like I said, way more than I thought that I was going to. Even when I first got it and tried it, and I was like, hey, I like this more than I thought that I was going to, but like, you know, am I gonna like end up loving it? I reach for it all of the time, and I'm not kidding, and I'm not exaggerating. I reach for this one so much. $68 though. That hurts my soul. That is a lot of money, but if you love high-end, you love luxury, and that's a price tag that you are comfortable with, I mean, have at you, because this is beautiful. And of course, that they're gonna work for you, and these are products that you wear. Maybe you don't wear a highlight. Please don't spend $68 on a duo that includes a highlight. Like, that just wouldn't make a lot of sense. But if it would work for you, and this is something you would enjoy, I really do enjoy this product also. It's like, it's one of my top favorites from the brand. To get into the final cheek product that just didn't really work out for me. I just didn't love it, okay? And that is the Bar of Gold palette. So this is a highlighting palette. It says 3 skin, what does that say? 3 skin gilding highlighters. I don't know what I thought it said, gliding or something? I don't know. This product I did also receive in PR, and when I got it, I was like, sweet, I'm going to love this. I'm so excited. I can't wait to play with it. You have 3 different highlighters in here. You have more of a like lighter yellow gold, more of your rose gold, pinky highlighter, and then kind of more of your deeper gold. And I was like, this is gonna be fantastic. I'm going to love these. And you know, I really didn't. This is a $58 palette, which, you know, is cheaper than the duo, but I just didn't love these. I will say that I feel like they swatch like, I don't know, they swatch like decent. So those are the 3 on my hand here, but nothing like, it just doesn't blow me away. And when I put them on, these are ones that they feel a little bit more powdery to me. Like when I put my fingers in them, they feel a little bit more dry, a little bit more powdery. And they're ones that I felt like would emphasize my texture a little bit more. And I am 33, I do have texture on my face. I felt like it would emphasize it a little bit more, and it would look like I was wearing highlighter instead of being natural and effortless. And it was like, oh, she went really hard with her highlight today. Like, what is she trying to make up for? You know, like that's kind of the vibes it gave me. And I was like, what? If I'm reaching for a highlight from the Charlotte collection, I'm much more gonna go, like every single time, I'm gonna go into this one over the Bar of Gold. So yeah, so I'm really glad that I have this one now, but this one, it would have to go at the bottom of my list, like honestly for just my Charlotte collection in general, but definitely for like the cheek products, this one's at the bottom. Okay, I can't remember when I started the cheek section if I called it the complexion section, but we're moving it into the complexion section now. Okay, so I wanted to start it off with one of Charlotte's like most well-known products. I would see this recommended over and over and over. I would see so many people using it in tutorials on YouTube. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. All right, so I got the shade 2 medium, and I had some thoughts when I started using this powder because from how much I heard about it on YouTube, I was like, this just has to do the most magical of things. And it is a $45 powder, I'm pretty sure. And I'm just like, that's, you know, that's really expensive. Like that's expensive for a powder. And I tried it, I was like, okay, it is nice. Like it's good, it's nice, I like it, but I don't really get it. I don't get why everyone is freaking out about it. And then I hit pan on it, which, okay, so obviously now I have a very large pan in here, but I remember hitting pan on it really quickly into my time of using it. And quite honestly, I was mad. I was like, this is a $46 product and I have never hit pan in a face powder as quickly as I hit pan in this. And I was like, how is that gonna be worth the price tag? I will say, once I did hit pan in that little spot in the middle, that was several years ago, and I'm still like, I just expected as soon as I hit pan, I was like, it's over with. I'm gonna be done, or it's gonna break or something. And I'm still able to use this multiple days a week and I'm still going strong. And so I feel a lot better about that. I will say too, when I bought this a few years ago, I very rarely use powder. I don't want to say never, but I very rarely use powder. I would mostly just use it to set under my eyes, to set my concealer, and that was about it. I powder now a lot. I do powder my foundation almost every single time that I wear it. So that's been a big difference for me. And I have found myself going into powders more and more. And I keep finding myself going back and back to this one, which is why now the pan has gotten significantly bigger. I do still think 46 is a lot of money for the amount of product that you get and probably how quickly you're gonna be able to hit pan. But I am really glad that I can continually use this. The compact is absolutely beautiful, but the really nice thing about this product is that it's so, like how it said, it's a microfine powder. It is so lightweight. It is so, when you put it on, it just kind of does that effortless look again. It never, like when I wear the Charlotte powder, it never looks like I'm wearing a lot of powder. There's times where I do foundation and then I set it with a powder, and then, you know, I'll come in with my blush and my bronzer and my highlighter, and I'm like, whoa girl, you look like you have a ton of powder on, and I really have to spray my face a lot. When I wear this powder, it looks smooth and my face looks good without looking so cakey, without looking like I applied a ton of powder. This is my favorite touch-up powder, hands down. Like for sure, this is my favorite touch-up powder. If I'm in my past life, aka prior to February 2020, was going anywhere and I was going to be gone for a long period of time, this is what I would put in my clutch because it's just the best touch-up powder. It's not going to move things around. It's still not going to look too cakey. So I have come to enjoy this powder way more than I did a few years ago. I will still stand by some of my initial thoughts though, but I like it way more and I use it a lot more than I once was when I first bought it, because now I just use powder more. I hope that makes sense. I hope that was like a decent review of this product, but I do use it a lot. You see me use it a lot. You see me use it in Get Ready With Me videos. Obviously there's a gigantic pan in it that just continues to grow, so I would recommend that one. Okay, what is on my face today besides the powder, of course, but I decided to do something a little on the crazy side, and I decided to mix these two products. So really it's not that deep though, because one's a primer and one's a foundation. I just decided to mix them together instead of putting one at a time. So we have the Wonder Glow. This is the Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash, or it's the primer, and then also the Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation. Okay, so again, I have the tutorial on Instagram if you want to see how I did it, but this is one of the first products from Charlotte Tilbury that I was like, holy bananas, what is that? That is fantastic. Why does my face look so beautiful? This is one of the first ones, and I got this in PR and I tried it and I was like, wow, like my face looks beautiful. Again, I struggled with dry skin a lot back when I first got this one too. My skin would look luminous, it would look dewy, but without being too much, and I didn't look oily. It looked beautiful. Foundations would lay on top of it so well, or I could just wear this by itself, maybe a little bit of concealer, and I would be good to go, especially for our warmer months. And I remember getting ready to review this product in a video and like was just gonna absolutely rave about it. And then I looked up the price tag and I saw it was $55, and I was like, $5 to me is also very, very expensive for a primer. So once again, I highly recommend this. It's one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury. I just wish that you could get it at some sort of discount because it's not something that I do wear every single day. It's also not even like the powder where I can just take it and touch up with it, and that can kind of justify the price tag. But it's so beautiful. So again, I used it today, and I even did like this whole like, look at me shake it up for my Instagram video. But when it's just sitting, like I've used a good chunk of it. You can see that a really good amount is gone. It does come in the squeeze tube, so it's not like the most fancy packaging, but it also can be nice to travel with when we're able to again, because it's really easy to just throw in the bag. But this is really one of my favorite products. It makes my skin look so beautiful. And then I mix it today with that Light Wonder foundation. Out of my Charlotte Tilbury foundations, which I only have 3, this is definitely my #1, and this is the one that I'd recommend. I've reviewed this in the past because I've had it for a while, and it really is so nice. So I have the shade 5 or medium, light to medium coverage foundation, which I used to like more back in the day also. Now I like a little bit more medium to full coverage. I like this one especially again for the warmer months. It's really easy to blend into the skin. Once again, it's going to look really natural on. It has a very natural finish, which is my favorite for a foundation, but it can also lean just a little bit more on like the radiant side, which I also do prefer myself. Once again, just like with that primer, we do have the squeezy tube in here. This makes it really easy to throw into a travel or on the go makeup bag also. And this is by far my favorite foundation from Charlotte, the Magic foundation. This I believe I got at the same time as the Light Wonder, and I just like the Light Wonder so much more. This one is going to pull a little bit more matte, which again is just not my personal preference. If it's yours, then you might like these next 2 that I'm going to talk about. But this one, to me, this does have the pump on it, and it is a glass bottle, but it's just not a favorite. It just felt a little bit more heavy. It didn't give me that kind of like effortless look that I like with my Charlotte products. Again, it did pull more matte, and I just liked the Light Wonder a lot more. So this one, again, not a favorite of mine. And then her newest one is this Airbrush Flawless foundation. I have the shade 5 Neutral in this line. The bottle is really beautiful. Once again, you have the glass bottle. You do have the pump on it. I believe these are $44, the last 2 that I was talking about. But this one definitely pulls a lot matte, and that's just not a favorite. So again, if you like matte and if you like more full coverage, you could really like this one, but just for me with my personal preferences, it's just not a favorite. Once again, on my skin, I felt like it looked just too heavy. It was just a little bit too full coverage for me, and that's just not a look that I'm going for. So I much prefer the Light Wonder when I'm reaching for the foundations. So again, this one, just not a favorite of mine. This product can be such a game changer, and it's small, but whoa, this is a nice one. So this is the Vanish Concealer. I have the shade 1 Fair, which is pretty light. So like, look at this, like just like cute little thing. It looks like a mini of the Flawless powder, but this is a concealer, or there is actual color correctors in this line also. These are $32. Please, like, just please go watch my Instagram video where I apply this, because the difference is like crazy. You only need a small amount. Now, 1 Fair, this really brightens my under eyes, but not in like a weird way. And I used to like to have really like oddly bright under eyes. I went through that phase also. This one brightens, but it can still somehow look natural at the same time. It really does hide the dark circles. This product is so good. I don't feel like I hear a lot of people talk about it. The people that I do hear talk about this concealer love it and just like rave about it. And I'm over here like, yes, more people should be talking about this because it is beautiful. So this one definitely a favorite of mine from the line. We have 2 more sections to go. I am moving over into the eye category. Okay, so I do have quite a few eyeliners from Charlotte. So some of the newer ones to me, one here is the Feline Flick. Whew, this eyeliner is no joke. I believe this one is $23, but if you can see the, I mean, whoo, and I just feel like I can just keep making sound effects, but like hopefully you are understanding them. These are really nice, and they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay in place, and I do find them easy to use for a liquid liner. And I don't do like winged liner or use liquid liner all that often, but these are a really good option. I felt like they were easy to use. And then also one of the kind of like regular eyeliners. This one here is the Pillow Talk eyeliner. I think this one is $22. This is a nice eyeliner too. I feel like I do have a few others in my collection that I like maybe just a little bit more than this one. I like Milk Makeup. I like Pure Cosmetics. This one I thought it was like good, not great. I liked the color of it because it's Pillow Talk, but it's a bit deeper than what I think of when I think of Pillow Talk, and I liked that. But yeah, that one kind of fell in the middle for me. But these new eyeliners are really something. Now these are the Duo eyeliners. These came out with her eye color quads that I will also get to. So on each of these you have a matte pencil on one end and then a shimmer pencil on the other, and you have the copper one, the green one, the blue one, and the maroon one. These are nice. These are really, really good. Now these are $30, but I love that you get the two different shades and also the two different finishes on each end. You can really do fun looks with these types of pencils. The green one, I really like the green quad, but also the green eyeliner. This one is just fun to me. Like, this is just fun. And look at that matte green. And then even the shimmer side I think is really fun also. I do have a video with all of the quads and I use all of the liners and I swatch everything. I will link that video down below also. I should just start a Charlotte Tilbury playlist. I have a Colourpop one. I just need to start a Charlotte one also, so I can just link that. The maroon one is another one that I reach for often, and like the copper one. The blue I don't reach for as much, but these are nice. These are nice. Highly recommend these. These ones are some of my favorites. I do have a mini mascara also. This is the Legendary Lashes Volume 2. I really like this mascara. I mentioned it in my most recent Makeup Monthly also in my favorite section. It's really good. It makes the lashes like thick and full and black, which I appreciate because I don't have very dark lashes, but it's not gonna move around and smudge, which I just appreciate so much. So this was just like a little bonus offer, but I could totally see myself purchasing the full size of this mascara because it's a good one. And then I do have two of the larger eyeshadow palettes. One is the Stars in Your Eyes palette, which looks like so. It is more of a neutral palette with some of your pinky tones in there. And then the other one is the more recent one that came out. This is the Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette. This one just like really does scream Pillow Talk vibes to me. Very neutral, very pink, but very pretty. I tried this one first. I thought it was fine, but it's $75 and I was like, I just can't really justify it. It has 3, 6, 9. Damn you fine. Suck it, tell me one more time. There's 12 shades in here, and to me that was just a lot. And while I liked the quality and I thought that it was pretty, I was creating fun looks with it, I was like, I don't know, man, that price tag is just a little bit steep for me. So I also got the Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette recently in PR. And I was like, all right, I will give it a shot. I do think the quality is better in this one. Or I don't know if it's just the shades in here that are easier to work with, but these blend so easily and so effortlessly. And I was actually kind of surprised by it. I did a Get Ready With Me. It's one that I've mentioned that will be linked. You can almost see that I'm surprised while I'm using this. Also, maybe I just got better at makeup from the time that I've tried that one. That could be it too. Maybe I've acquired more patience to blend eyeshadows better. I don't know. But I felt like this was an improvement over the first one that I tried. Do I still think it's worth $75 though? That's so tough, man. Again, if you are a high-end luxury lover and you're like, I don't care and that makes sense to me and this could be my everyday palette and I'm constantly gonna reach for this, then yeah, probably I think that it would be worth it for you. If you tend to reach for more drugstore and affordable brands, I don't think that you have to run out and grab this. So that is what I think about some of these larger palettes, but this one I definitely prefer over the Stars in Your Eyes. And then to finish it off with the quads. Okay, so this was actually the first one that I got a while back in PR. This is the Supersonic Girl Luxury Palette of Pops. So this one does have all 4 shimmer shades, and when I got it, I was like, I don't know if I'm really gonna love that because I do kind of like to work with mattes also, but I was like, we'll see. And I do, like, I've been able to use some of these as topper shades, but really when I reviewed it, I was like, this is $53 for 4 shades. That's super expensive, and I'm like not gonna create full looks with this palette. Like, I'm just not going to. So to me, it just really didn't seem worth the price, and I wasn't blown away by these. Even though I hear a lot of people rave about them, I know Pillow Talk is one of like their best-selling palettes, which is fantastic, but I was like, I don't know. Flash forward to recently, she also came out with 4 new quads, and these are in that Color Eye series, something like that. I'll have my video with a look on each one of these, but I was a little bit hesitant going into it because I was like, I don't know what to expect here, but a couple of these in here are standouts to me. One of them is the Mesmerizing Maroon. I love that we have a matte shade in here. I love the colors. I wear maroon a lot. I love purple. I love pinks. Just the color selection in here, I can create an everyday look with this palette, seriously, every day, okay? I can do it in my sleep and pair this with the maroon eyeliner. Love it. Love it. I think it's fantastic. Even if I want something that's just really quick and simple, which I have done recently in a video, I was wearing this quad. I'm so happy with it for that reason. The other one that I really love, that is the opposite of my everyday palette, is the Green Lights. I don't even wear green shadows a lot, but this one is just fun. And the looks that I've done with this palette are different, but they pop and they're unique, and they make me feel pretty and confident, and I really, really enjoyed this palette too. Same with the green eyeliner, would highly recommend them. Now these are $53. I like the maroon one because it's kind of my everyday. I like this one because it's something different. I do not have green palettes in my collection. So to me, I'm like, okay, that I could handle. The other two, I like Copper Charge, but I just like the maroon one more, even though this is just really nice and neutral. For those of you who like, these are the colors you wear, once again, this might be worth that price tag for you because you're like, this is a look that I could, once again, do in my sleep. I could wear every single day. I could wear it to work. I could wear it anywhere I want it, and it's gonna work well for you. I like the formula in here a lot too. I love that we get the addition of the matte, which I didn't get in my first quad, and the shimmers are so beautiful. You don't have to use a wet brush. They perform so well. The blue one is the only one that I'm like, I don't know. It was a little bit hard. This was the only one that was hard for me to work with. This deeper blue just felt a little bit patchier on me. It just wasn't the easiest. So this is the one that I just don't reach for the most. Now you might be completely different than me and you might wear blue looks all the time. This might be something that you would enjoy. I would just say that I still continue to think that $53 for 4 shades is more expensive. If you really are eyeing one of these, but you can get it at a bit of a discount, that's what I would recommend, unless you're more of that high-end lover and you don't mind that. But definitely the Mesmerizing Maroon and the Green Lights are my favorites from these, and I liked these way more than I initially thought that I was going to, especially those top two. I want to say that I have also tried the lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. I no longer have them in my collection, but I tried the cat eye lashes. Those were so beautiful, and I'm actually really frustrated with myself that I didn't purchase them when I purchased the bronzer. They're not available at Sephora, but I purchased the bronzer just a few days after it came out, so it was only available on Charlotte's website, and I didn't even think about the lashes. I don't wear lashes very often. I don't wear them, like, they're not like a daily of mine, but those, once again, they are really natural lashes. They have a very thin band, and they just really made your eye look like, when I wore them in a video, I had multiple people ask me if I had gotten eyelash extensions because it truly didn't look like I was wearing lashes. So I'm really disappointed in myself. I wish I would have bought probably like 5 pairs, quite honestly, because I think that they're beautiful. So I would recommend those too. So I wanted to sneak that in before I moved over to the final category, which is skincare. I just have 2 products here to talk about, and I decided to put this at the end because I just really love Charlotte's makeup products, from the lips to some of those cheek products, some of the complexion products. I love them so much more than I do the skincare. The skincare I'm not like a huge fan of. So the first product that I tried was Charlotte's Magic Cream. Okay, I didn't realize that this was $100. Has that price changed? Has it always been $100? Because I've never had it in my mind that this is to know that I had $100 skincare product sitting in my bathroom, I'm just like, huh? How did I not know that? But if you can see, it is a white moisturizer, I've used quite a bit. Like, there's over half of this is gone. My biggest problem with this is that it does have a lot of fragrance, and especially as my skin has changed over the years, I'm more acne prone now. I really do try to be aware of if I'm putting something on my face that does have more fragrance, because that can be definitely an irritant. This is a very like thick, rich moisturizer, which I like, especially with my dry skin. It just makes me feel so hydrated and just so much more moisturized, which I appreciate. But I also really do like the moisturizer from Milk Makeup. That does remind me in like texture and consistency of Charlotte's, but that one doesn't have fragrance, and I've used that one all the way up. Project Pan, yeah, Project Pan, spoiler alert. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know that Charlotte is really passionate about skincare. I've done a couple Zoom chats with my girlfriend. I've done a couple Zoom classes with her and people with the brand, and they just have, you know, they talk about the ingredients and they talk about why they came up with something. But this one to me, it's like, it's okay, but I definitely have other moisturizers that I prefer like so much more. And then the other product that I tried, this is one of her newer releases also, and I think one of her newer, it's not the newest because she just came out with a light moisturizer, but this is the one prior to that. This is Charlotte's Magic Serum, the Crystal Elixir. Okay, so I started trying this because I really, really wanted to give it a review, and I was very excited for it. It was $80. We got this in PR. A bunch of us took the Zoom class with her to learn all about it. The ingredients, like, they had me so hyped up when they were talking about it. This comes in the dropper form. But I will say, after trying it for just a couple nights, I did get some really bad breakouts, and I've wanted to try this again and try it a little bit more consistently. But niacinamide is one of the first products in here, and for some reason niacinamide gets recommended for acne prone skin over and over and over again. But I've tried products with niacinamide and my skin just does not seem to work with that ingredient. So I'm wondering if it's the niacinamide in here that my skin is just truly not loving. I don't know what that's about, and it really does have me frustrated. But once I started to get some pretty bad breakouts, especially in strange areas like right underneath my chin, I was like, I'm gonna hold back. I just want to hold back. I mean, I don't enjoy having acne. It's not fun. It's not fun for me. It's not fun to get the comments. It's not like, that's not enjoyable to me. So I was like, I'm gonna hold back and I'll start again and I'll try again and I'll push through and see if maybe my skin just needs to purge from it. I don't know, but I'm going to do it. Now, I know that Stephanie, who this video is in collaboration with, I know that she really, really likes this serum. We do also have very different skin types. She really is so impressed with this one, and it's like, she's one who's like making me want to get back into it. I'm just like, okay, it's like, it's hard when you know that you're going to try something that's going to break you out. It's like hard to get amped up for that. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to, so I am planning to retry this one again. I'll just keep pushing through. And maybe once my skin purges, maybe it'll look absolutely beautiful, because there really are some nice ingredients in here too. This one I don't notice as much of a fragrance with. Honestly, I don't have the best sense of smell either, so sometimes that can be it. I can smell a little something, but to me it's not as fragrant as the moisturizer. I'm gonna give this one another shot, but if you want a more thorough review, go check out Stephanie, because I know she's gonna have this one mentioned in her video. So after that though, I know that this was a long one. I know because my right butt cheek is completely asleep from sitting on this bar stool, so this is where we're gonna end. I hope that you found this helpful though. Let me know if you want to see more collection videos on my channel. I have everything linked down below. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please make sure to go check out Stephanie's channel. Also, I can't wait to see her brand review of Charlotte Tilbury. Other than that though, if you enjoyed this one, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.